right, welcome back. So we were working with arrays. Well, we've got a list of to-dos here, and I found out that I was wrong. If I do console.log or console.clear and I clear the console, I still have access to the variables here. But let's say if I went over here and I open a new tab and I do Control-Shift-I, I go to console. So now if I type in to-dos, I don't have any to-dos. So I have access to this here, even if I clear it until I close this tab, and then all this stuff is gone. So point of clarification. Now, we learned how to add items to an array. So I got to-dos dot push, and we can add an item. In this case, let's say we also want to buy noodles. And we learned that it gives us back the length of the array. And so now, let's say I did one of these things. So I went to the store, and so I want to say to do, and then now I want to remove one of the items. So let's see, I went to the store here, and I want to take that one off. So do I have like remove, reduce, sort? No, I'm not really seeing it. So I want to say how to remove the first item in the array. So I'll say JavaScript because I want to make sure that it's JavaScript. I don't know why I'm doing that. JavaScript, remove first element from an array. All right. Let's close the console. We don't need all that. And so we have shift. The shift method is used to remove the first element. All right. Let's give it a shot. So to do shift. And I just want to click on that. To do shift. And it gave me back go to the store. So now if I type in to-dos, I only have 3 items now. So do I have access to go to the store anymore? No, it looks like that was removed. So if I wanted to take that item off, but store an item, so I have that array, and then I want to put that, whatever I take out of it, I'd have to put that into a variable. So let's say I want to do that. We'll say and we can name a variable. This will be to do item. So this would be a completed to do. And then I want to say to dos dot shift. And I'm just going to do that. Now we have completed to do, and it has that information. And if we type in to dos, I see that I've got some information there. Now, what happens if I want to? We learn that we can add something to an array with push. So we could say to dos. I also want to push an item onto the array. And I want to say that I also want to take a shower. Take a shower. Okay. So then I can add that to the end of the array. So type in to-dos. Now I clean my room, buy noodles, take a shower. What if I wanted to add something to the beginning of an array? So this would be something, pause, go Google it, take a look, figure it out, and come back. This is one I know. I believe that we can use unshift to add something to the beginning. So let's give it a try. All right, it's to-dos. And then if we look, we've got shift, we've got all these things. We can put dot. And then what do we have? We've got shift, and then we've got unshift. Does it tell us anything about unshift? Do we have any tools? No. Let's say we want to put something on there. And before I do any of that, I've got to record a new video or a to-do video for my course. Now, if I hit to-dos, I see that has been added to the beginning of the array. So we've got push, we've got shift. So pushing something on the end, we've got, I guess that's for you, pushing something on the end. We've got shifting something onto the front. We've got unshift. Now, how do we take something off? In that case, we're going to pop. So let's pop to-dos, take a shower, and we'll pull that off. And then now we can hit to-dos. All right. Perfect. So now we've removed something from the end. So we've got all different ways that we can add things in. Now, before I record my video and before I buy noodles, I really need to clean my room, right? That's right there in the middle. Now, well, what do I do in order to get something out of the middle of an array? Right? So in this case, we can use a tool called splice. So what we can do is put to-dos, and then we'll say splice. And the thing is, we've got a start. So this is going to take two parameters. It's first going to take a start index. And so it's because it's the second item in the array, it's going to be index 1. So say index 1. And then we have a delete count. So we could remove lots of stuff from this section if we wanted to, not just one frame. And think about cutting a strip of film. We could take out a number of frames out of that film. And so we're going to use splice to take it out. So how many items do we want to remove? We're going to say 1. We're just going to take out, clean my room. And then the important thing to note here is that it is giving us back an array containing one thing. So because we can take out more than one of those elements out of the array, it's giving us a new array that contains however many elements that we wanted. So now if we hit to-dos, we can see that we no longer have cleaned my room. In the middle there, it's been spliced out. And we want to keep in mind that it's returning an array. So here is your first challenge. So from here, create a new empty array. Okay. Add elements to it using push. Pop things off of it, even though this seems like conceptually you know it, and it might be something that you it's like, I get it, push, pop, splice, I get it. Spend some time with this today, and then tomorrow before you start the next video, or a couple hours from now after you've had a chance to unwind, you've had a nap, do it again. Get in here, use it, because if you do not, you will be in months from now when you're trying to do something, you're going to think, how do I do that? It's like, okay, I want to create a new app. I've got this great idea for an app. Open it up, you see the blank page, and you're going to be like, how do I even add something? How do I even create an array? And so that's normal. That's totally fine. What you need to do is don't start over from the beginning with videos. Google it, get started, take the next step. And so, if you stop this course and that's all you learn from here is like, hey, I could actually learn quite a bit of this on my own. That's the way to do it. Okay. There is not a shortcut to programming or coding. There's no shortcut. The shortcut is to learn it, to take a long time to learn it. And the only way you can learn it is by doing it. And the only way that you can do it is to solve problems, small problems, okay, inside of the using the code. And when you run into challenges, you're going to need to take a new step. So I want to leave you with that. Go do that. Practice what we've done so far and join us for the next video.